there's no controlling me. I sold my soul and stole the gold from royalty. I'm locked and loaded till the motor overheats. I'll rock the boat in seas I'm not supposed to be. The Holy Ghost is in my broken bones, and heaven only knows what being poked awoke in me. The homes of those who tried to slow my roll and throw me to the wolves will turn out burnt and smoldering. I'm filling the coffins with everything that I wanted, and then I'll drag them behind me so they will not be forgotten. I hit the bottle so often that when I did hit the bottom, it didn't hurt even a bit, but now I proceed with caution. And I've been haunted by rotten bodies. The path that I plotted been full of haters and demons. I burn a bridge when I cross it. I got $1 in my pocket that I'm saving just in case I get to where I'm headed and I still need change. I feel the ghost of rock and roll take hold of me, an overdose of I don't care what you believe. So fuck them all. I'm Jimmy Page, I'm Kurt Cobain, I'm Rolling Stone, lay guns and roses across my grave. Ashes to ashes, mama. Ashes to ashes, mama. This shit is blood and guts to me, it's mud and rust to me. That type of feeling when you love destructively. Its claws are stuck in me, it promised luxury. If I said I trust you, you are dumb for trusting me. Hate me publicly or wait for company, or pray to God your devil never summons me. Either way, you don't have shit to say. Without a Tom McDonald, you exist because of me.
Ooh, hey, we got a little feedback. Gotta turn that off. There we go. All right, we're out of there. We're out of there. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning with Mike for the Malady, whatever you want to call it. I just realized I had a 10 o'clock thing and I was screwing it all up. Looks like I'm, what am I doing? Am I dropping? Oh boy, I'm dropping frames like crazy. What the hell's going on here? I might have to shut this down and come back. I'm not necessarily understanding this. But I don't understand a lot of things because I'm stupid. Looks like we're doing all right now, though. I don't know. Let me know. Somehow, some way. I don't have another screen to look at any chat anyways. But it appears we're doing all right. You never know with this thing. It's just one of those things I've had to learn. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know that. Anyway, good morning. I hope everybody's well. I know I just signed off not too long ago, so I had to get a little bit of rest. So I'm just kind of winging it. Just got done, got off an email with the People's Party. And if you haven't heard of them, I would, I'd suggest taking a look at the People's Party. Peoplesparty.org, I believe, is the site. Anyway, I was just in the middle of emailing them. Because even though I can't vote, and I don't really care to vote, I think that this is a good cause to get behind. I've always felt kind of alienated. Boy, looks like I gotta dump some shit off this computer too. Hopefully they'll keep going. I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll see. I've screwed up and showed my ass to the world a few times. So, you know, it won't be the first time if that's what happens. And I don't care. I'm not afraid to embarrass myself, which anybody who knows me, you know that too. So, anyway, now I've been, it's kind of weird. There's been a lot of stuff in the news about Disney, right? And I don't want to get too far into it, but I guess I'd say I would suggest maybe look into what's going on there, and look into to Disney itself. I would recommend maybe search up Club 33. Maybe look up the latitude. 33 degrees. Maybe look up the significance in that. I'm giving you all clues. I'm not trying to be like all fucking clandestine and shit like that. I'm just seriously, I like being on the air. I like being able to talk to all you out there, all 3.2 of you. And I feel like there's things out there that I just can't even say anything anymore because I've been shut down. As far as I could tell, I'm shadow banned. My channel used to come up on it doesn't even come up on my feed anymore. Like, I have to search it out. So if you haven't subscribed, then there's no way you're ever going to see anything from me. So to be that guy again. If you don't subscribe and you're interested in anything that I have to say, the only way that you're going to see any of it is by subscribing. So that's where that's at. I'm probably going to keep this episode a little bit short this morning, even though, my intention is typically on Monday morning to go on at 6 a.m. And hopefully, somebody out there is, I know what it's like to live in the city and be stuck in rush hour, Maybe it gets somebody to work. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But I was up too late last night doing research that I had to catch some Z's. Guys got to sleep once in a while. But anyway, I had a really interesting research session, kind of looking into Disney, looking at child actors, and there's kind of it's not all of them, but there is a repetitive history there that it makes you wonder, I was looking into a little bit about Britney Spears, and I'm probably going to say this word wrong, but she's had a conservatorship over her for quite some time. From what I just saw, she had announced that she's, expecting, and it seems like she's gotten away from what's been happening to her. And if you look into her situation a little bit, it's kind of intriguing. She was a Mouseketeer, wasn't she? I mean, was she in there with Justin Timberchurch? I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really going anywhere with it. I'm giving you the information just to say that, if you go out there and it's kind of crazy when you start following some of these things around. And, you look into it. I mean, she's, Britney Spears is charging her father with conservatorship abuse. And there's an article from last June, January 10th. And it just came up recently. I saw that. I thought, Britney Spears, I mean, I don't think we understand what a lot of these people go through when they're in the spotlight, I mean, it's no wonder that she freaked out and shaved her head and acted kind of crazy. But it's she's coming out about it. There's been a lot of recent publicity, and I guess it looks like she's filed a case on the whole thing, obviously, because they had to dissolve that. It said that a California judge appointed Jamie Spears, Britney's father, as a conservator of her estate in 2008. The court has modified the conservatorship order over the years. It finally ended on November 12th, 2021, almost 14 years later. Although the proceeding, and she's 40 years old now. I mean, can you believe that? She's 40. I mean, that's, phew. I remember when my roommates in Seattle, they called into some radio show and answered some goofy trivia question, and they won tickets to go see Britney Spears at the Tacoma Dome. And I was like, you two dudes, and I mean, we were in our mid, we were like 26, 27, mid 20s. I'm like, you guys are going, I said, you dudes are going to look like a couple of fuck ups down there, and they took dropped some E-bombs and went down, and I mean, I was laughing my ass off when they came home from that thing. I was like, well, and they're just both shaking their heads like, holy shit. It was kind of like, I think one of the first nights I lived in Seattle. And what I would always do when I'd move to a new city is I'd just get in my vehicle and I'd just go get lost. I figured that's the best way to figure out where I'm at. So I just did. I mean, I'd been to Seattle a number of times, but every time I'd go there, it was either, going to the airport or a specific spot and not really learning, the lay of the land. So I went out that night and I just started driving around, and I was going by the Paramount Theater, and I see this name up on the marquee, and I look over and I see more teenage girls than I've ever seen in my life. And I look up and I see the name on the marquee, and it says John Mayer. And I'm like, this is like in 2000. I'm like, who the hell is John Mayer? Who's this? And I mean, I'm going down the street, and they're just bum rushing across like right in front of the place. I'm stopped. I'm watching just all these. They're yelling, screaming, carrying on. It's raining, and I'm laughing, going, "Holy shit! I guess this is my new home." You know, and that night I just drove around. Finally figured out how to get home, but that was kind of crazy to see a guy like John Mayer. He went through a lot of shit, you know, because of fame and fortune at a young age, and trying to figure out who he was. You know, and I think he finally figured it out. I remember when I was locked up, there was a song that he came out with called Shadow Days. And I actually enjoyed the song because really all we had was radio. At the time, we didn't even have MP3 players yet. So, I mean, when that one would come on, I'd like to listen to it because, you know, the lyrics kind of spoke to me a little bit. But anyway, so Britney Spears, you know, she was ex-Disney, a Disney kid, you know. I mean, and, you know, she went through a mental breakdown. And I feel bad for her, you know. I mean, I feel bad for anybody that's been put in that position, in that spotlight. Because we all sit here and we think, oh, it would be so awesome to be that person. But I don't think anybody understands. I mean, these are people that had their childhood stolen from them, basically, because of fame and you know, people taking advantage of them, whether it be, you know, managerial, family, corporations, what have you. I mean, when everything you do, I mean, like, look at like Miley Cyrus, right? I saw her on Rogan not too long ago, and she was great. She was awesome. I loved the conversation. I loved listening to what she had to say. And I mean, I was never a Miley Cyrus fan. I was just like, you know, but then you start to understand what people go through. I think like a guy like Timberlake, I don't know that it seems like he's handled it pretty well. Was Dustin Diamond, was he part of that? He's my age, and I mean, he passed away, which was too bad. Screech, I know he got himself into a few messes, and a lot of people did. I mean, but I'm just saying, they've made this big deal out of this bill from Florida, and I've commented on it a number of times, and I've actually read the bill. So really, unless you've read it, you don't really have anything to say to me about it, because there's nothing that mentions the word gay, and there's nothing that says don't say gay. And it's all just a media farce just to come up with a catchy phrase for this thing so they can have something to grandstand on and virtue signal and play this identity politics. The only thing that says in the bill is that, you know, in Florida, children ages or grades K through 3 shall not be inundated with anything that has to do with gender identity or sexual orientation. If you have a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have an issue with that. I have candid conversations with my son about these issues, and he's 14 now, and I feel like he's at an age where this is something that he can process and understand. And I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. I don't give a shit. I don't care. People are people, and that doesn't have anything to do with me. That's another individual's personal life, and it has nothing to do with whether they're a decent human being or not. And it's none of my concern, and I don't care. I'll roll. I don't care. I mean, I lived in Portland for a while, and my roommate, he was going to a beauty school. And a lot of times to get back to the house, I was driving from, Northeast Portland, and the traffic would be so bad, I'd just go down, we'd go out for a couple of drinks, and it's beauty school. So you have females, and then you have gay men. So when we'd go out, we would alternate. Like one night we'd go to, a straight bar, and then we'd go to a gay bar. I didn't care. I mean, I was confident enough, and I still am in who I am. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I don't give two shits about going into a gay bar. I mean, I left one night because it did get a little uncomfortable. We walked in, I get the ID, and, at the time I had an Idaho ID, and the guy goes, "What, all guys from Idaho thought of you?" And I just laughed and said, I don't remember what I told him. But we went in and ordered, and then, was a brand new place, and all around the whole bar. I mean, there was just gay porn, to tell you the truth. And, I didn't necessarily, I mean, whatever, but I don't really need, I didn't really want to see that. And it was one of those places where the dudes were a little aggressive. And I just didn't, I was like, okay, that's fine. It's like probably like how it feels like being a female and going into, some meat market in a college town where they're playing, skeet, 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 or whatever the fuck, loud ass DJ music. You got a bunch of drunk frat boys drooling all over you. That's that's kind of how that was. So that night I finished my drink and I left. I mean, I didn't care. It's just like, this is not my scene. And I remember there was one night in Seattle, we were at a show at Chop Suey. And there was a gay bar back behind that place. But this was, I mean, these were like dudes like longshoremen and shit. Like these big, grizzly dudes. And my roommate he tried to go in there. He said he was going to go score some drugs. I was like, man, I think the name of the place is Wolfies or something like that. So I had my truck parked back behind because back behind there's a residential neighborhood where Chop Suey is. Cool little venue. I think we'd seen Modest Mouse there that night. But anyways, I go and get in the truck and get started up because I know that he's going to be coming out of there hot. You know what I mean? And sure enough, he did. He comes running down the street like, let's get the fuck out of here, man. I was like, I told you, dude. And I mean, this is a place where you go in and you got the big dudes wearing, assless chaps and, there's leather everywhere and whatever, man, that's fine. Man, that's your scene. I don't care. I'm really not trying to hang out in that place for I mean, I guess if I had to, whatever, but anyway, it's kind of funny thinking about some of those things. But yeah, so anyway, I mean, look into this 33 Club. Check that out. And it's right there in Disney World. And it's on the 33rd parallel. And there's plenty of stuff out there that you can find about it. It's just a matter of doing your homework. And I know a lot of people don't have time for that. I fortunately or unfortunately do. I'm trying to think what else is going on here that I've been checking out. Oh yeah, somehow I got into looking into this Disney stuff, and Haley Mills came up, and she's apparently coming out with a book, like a tell-all book. When she was 19, she met a 53-year-old producer, and I didn't realize the type. I remember her from growing up, like Pollyanna, The Parent Trap, That Darn Cat. Just those Disney movies that you grew up watching when you were an innocent little kid. And I never realized some of the other films that she had been in that were just like, whoa, that's pretty dark shit. But she was 19 and she met this dude that she ended up marrying, and he was 53 and she was 19. And now she's married to a cat that's like 20 years younger than her. I think her sister's married to a cat that's like 20 years younger than her. There's just some weird stuff going on there. I'm not saying anything one way or another, but there's some weird things. And as a kid, we went to Disney World a couple times. And it always just seemed fine, Hey, does anybody know how to use, if anybody knows how to use one of these freaking, I've got an external hard drive for this MacBook. And being a computer genius that I am, this thing's like basically empty. And I got to dump this computer because I got way too much stuff on it. I got to get some things out there to Anchor and Spotify and all that too. If anybody knows and wants to help me out, I'm challenged when it comes to a lot of these things. It's taken me quite some time, to figure out just how to, lights, sound, video. Any of y'all that have been around, speaking of which, shout out Charlie Caperton. How you doing, brother? We need to get in touch, man. I hope you're listening. And shout out Broward County Sheriffs down in Florida. Much love to you guys. I hear you guys have been listening to the show and you enjoy it, and I really appreciate it. Very much so. Appreciate it a lot. And nothing but respect for you guys. I see what y'all do down there in Florida. And, I think if I was going to live anywhere else in this country, it might be Florida. I like Florida. Florida's cool. I dig it. Last time I was down there, I was outside Orlando, out in like Yalaha. And we went up to some hunting property that belonged to my ex-wife's uncle, and it was really cool. And they got monkeys out there, man. They filmed the original Tarzan, I guess, out there, and then they just left the monkeys. And so he's got all these deer feeders. He's got acreage, and he's got deer feeders out there. And these monkeys, literally, like, you can hear them, but you can't see them. He said he's out there. He'd never seen one. And they carry a herpes B complex, apparently. So if they were to bite you, apparently it's like it'll kill you as a human being. You can hear him though, and you can see him, like he's got trail cameras and stuff like that, and he's got deer feeders everywhere. And these things, they'll get up there and they'll climb up in these things and pull the deer feed down, and then it all splashes around on the ground or whatever, and they're all just sitting down there eating it. But he said you'd never see him. I asked him, I said, have you shot? I guess when they filmed Tarzan, after they were done, these little monkeys, they left, and they left these monkeys out there, and they thrived in that environment. He'll have water come up there part of the year, so there's cypress knees all over the place. It's a cool area. I don't mind Florida. It's America's Wang. Come on. Who doesn't like America's Wang? I'll tell you what, though, there's a lot of toll booths out there. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, hopefully this thing keeps going here. It looks like I'm in the red zone on my disk space that's available. I don't know what happens. I've never used it all up. I mean, I would think that it would keep transmitting, but I think what it's doing is it's recording. So maybe what I'll do is maybe I can stop recording. I don't know. I might just end up losing y'all too if I do that. We'll see. I don't know. We'll just let it go and see what happens. I guess if I can't record anymore, then it doesn't matter because I'm live streaming anyway. So, I can always take it off of YouTube or whatever and transfer it somewhere else, I suppose. Because I'm a genius like that. Anyhow, the other things I was looking into, I mean, I did a pretty long podcast early, late night, early morning. But that was something that I did a lot of homework on here. And why I had to get a nap, because I really kind of got into this stuff, and there's a lot of weird stuff going on there, and I'm not really going to expound on it until I get more into it, but it's something that's interesting to look up if you're at all concerned, and it's something that's been in the spotlight recently. And I think I'm going to go 2 in a row without talking about Mr. Potato Head. I'm not sure what's going on with the Twitter thing right now. Looks like, from what I'm seeing right here on the Hill, that it says Twitter goes nuclear to limit Elon Musk's stake. It's crazy because he was like the golden child, I mean, he's Mr. Green Energy with his electric cars and everything, and now he's a racist, and because he wants to have free speech on Twitter, these people are losing their minds. And I just don't understand where this happened. Where did we come to a place where we couldn't speak our mind? I mean, I'll go to the mat arguing that there isn't hate speech. All right, I stopped recording, so I'm just streaming now. Out there, you're Canadian. In here, European. Anybody ever seen Letterkenny? I love that clip. Goes in, the guy's talking about shit on the outside of the toilet. You think that's bad? You should see the Uranus. I'm sitting there going, huh? Sometimes there's shit on the outside of the Uranus. How the fuck do you think that happened? Because, I said there was shit on the outside of the toilet. Okay, I had an encoder error occur, so maybe I'm on, maybe I'm not. We might be done with this thing. Okay. It's remuxing my recording, but I think the stream is still going. And there I am up on, look at that. The Monday Malady. I'm up on there, and I've got one person watching. I wonder if it's me. Who is it? Who's watching? I wonder if I can get on here and do like a, Well, now I'm looking at myself. That's kind of weird. Anyway. But to my one viewer out there, whoever you are that's watching, again, I hope you have the best Monday ever. It might even just be showing that I'm watching and nobody else gives a damn. That could be very well possible. But you know what? I'm just going to keep doing my thing. I don't care. All the people I talk to that have made something out of this whole podcast thing, they just keep telling me, just keep going, man. Just keep going, keep going. You're doing good. It's getting better and better and better. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep going. I'm all in on it. I'm going to keep going. I've got some other plans that are coming up that I'll be announcing soon. A lot of things that are kind of in the works that I'm not talking about right now because I don't want to put anything out there until, you know, I like I said, I don't ever intend to put out misinformation, whether it's in regards to myself or any of the political things, any of the social things going on in the world. It's never my intention to put out anything that's screwed up and sideways. So, but stay tuned. There will be some big information, not information, big news, I should say. And no, I'm not pregnant. In case y'all were wondering, that that's not what it is. I'm not expecting. I might have a food baby in there somewhere from tacos the other night. I don't know. Just bad joke. Terrible. But I hope everybody's Monday is getting off to a decent start. I'm glad I don't care that it's Monday. The only reason I'm glad it's Monday is because I'm thinking maybe I'll get my effects pedal today. It's kind of weird. I'm watching myself up on the other monitor and that's delayed. So now I'm just taking a drink on there. So you guys aren't even seeing what's happening. I think I have a 7-second delay on this in case I drop F-bombs, which I do all the time anyways. Who fucking cares? I've got this show listed as not for children. And I don't really understand that anyways. I mean, you're not old enough to swear. It's just a word. It's just a sound. I mean, if you're listening to somebody from another country speak, you're listening to a child from another country, they could be cussing you up one side down and you know, calling you all kinds of names and this and that. And you wouldn't know. You might know when a grandma comes over and starts swatting the shit out of them, but it's just a noise. It's a guttural sound. It's a syllable. I mean, you combine these sounds together and all of a sudden it's like, you can't say that. Why? I mean, I can't stand it when I'm around a dude that just says, what the frick? Frickin' this, frickin' that, frickin' frack. It's like, just say fuck. Your intentions are the same when you say frick. You know, gosh darn it. Your intentions are the same. You know, people say that and then you say, God damn it. And they say, well, don't blaspheme. I was like, but you just said, gosh darn it. What's the difference? It's just a couple little syllabic differences. That's all it is. It's a word. I mean, there are a lot of people in this world that do not speak English and do not have a clue what you're saying. So is it offensive to them? I remember seeing there was a South Park where they said shit, I don't know how many times. And I think that was the one where like Cthulhu came to life. And it was because they were swearing. And it was just a complete joke. Anyway, shout out to my cousin, Cameron. We're going to be going to see, we're going to go see Primus and Ween, and Matt Stone and Trey Parker are going to be playing at this event at Red Rocks too. Now, I don't know what it is exactly that they're going to be doing, but I'm excited to see it because those two dudes are hilarious. I mean, God, it doesn't get any better than basketball. Have you guys seen basketball? Oh, God. Oh, we're back. I think. It looks like we're still on. Anyway, that dude Squeak in that movie. Shout out to my boy Squeak, too. Jeremy out there in Seattle. Squeak and Jerry. Won't say last name because I won't put you guys out there. I don't want to, make you guys associated with me on the interwebs. So, anyway, tonight, Ricardo will be back in the studio. So He and I'll be sitting down chopping it up. Might have Tyler in, I don't know. And shout out Josh Robertson and Summer. I'm going to get in touch with you today, and we'll figure out time because I want to have another conversation with you. So hope everything's good up there in the, the woolly north. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go back to doing some homework on some of these things. And I got to go mess with that stupid truck again. Here we are back on this planned obsolescence thing that we were talking about earlier this morning on the real Monday morning show. And yeah, I don't know. I've been putting together some guitar riffs and stuff, doing a little recording there. So I'm trying to come up with my own little opener as far as music goes. But anyway, to start this one off, that was Tom McDonald. As per usual, I saw him in all his wrestling gear yesterday, and that looked pretty crazy. I didn't know that he was that big. I knew he was. When he talked about being in wrestling, I thought he was talking about classic wrestling. Like the onesie out there with. I mean, no offense to any wrestlers, because I tell you what, there's one person in the world I don't want to fight, and that's damn wrestlers. Don't fight wrestlers. If you find out somebody's a wrestler, don't get in a fight with them. It's not going to end good, because they're going to shoot your legs, and you're going to be on the ground, and then they're done. They'll be on you like a spider monkey, like a Tarzan monkey down there in Florida. Hopefully without that, I'll tell you, you see a dude with cauliflower ear, you steer clear of that dude, straight up. Like, don't mess with that guy. If you see a guy that's got cauliflower ear, I don't know if you know what that is, but that's from years of getting ground into a wrestling mat. You see that on a dude and something kicks off, you'd stay away from that guy, okay? It's pro tip number 1. Don't mess with anybody with cauliflower ear. Hopefully that's not some kind of derogatory statement these days. I don't know. It probably is. I probably just said the worst thing on the planet. I don't think so, because I don't know any wrestlers that are easily offended. Speaking of wrestlers, shout out J.J. Williams, my boy. Don't mess with J.J. Don't do that. Oh, man. Shout out to Chris. Hope everything's good with you, brother. I'll try and get a hold of you here a little bit later today. We'll catch up a little bit. Glad to hear Giz is doing well, man. That made my day when you sent me that picture of him. Shout out to Brooke. He lost his, canine friend that, I found that dog years back, and he was in a bad way, and I knew Brooke was looking for a dog, so I took him over there, and yeah, he had to, he unfortunately had to put him down, and that's a tough thing to go through, Having a dog is a difficult thing. And I now all I have is a cat. And in the last 2 days, he's killed and eaten 3 rabbits. I've had to keep the laundry room door locked so he can go through his cat door and go outside. It's been snowing. It's been cold. We got snow again last night. All I want to do is go out on my dirt bike, and it's so nasty out there that, the dirt here just gets slicker than snot. There's so much bentonite content in it. It's like that red clay. It just gets so slick. It's hard to even, if I had a 4-wheeler, it would be a different story. But trying to stay up on a dirt bike and that stuff is, and I could put my studded tires on there, but a pain in the ass. I mean, you're thinking it's coming up on May here. It should be getting nicer. Speaking of May, I need to see if I can get passes to the Cali Roots. Shout out to K Pook, Tommy Curdy, Vince Bragg. Vince, I got to get in touch with you, man. Need to get you on the show. I definitely want to have a conversation with you, man. I hope all's good with you. It's been a long time, brother. Shout out Aunt Bailey, Slugger. Hope all's good with you, brother. Joe Jackson, Long Beach, Keith. All my people in California, Johnny Breeze, Aquin, all you cats up there in the Bay Area, what's up? Johnny Boy ENT out of Atlanta, Diamond, what's up? Trying to think who else. There's just too many people to. Melissa Jones, what's happening? Good God. List. List goes on and on. Too many things on my mind. If I missed you, then I apologize. Doesn't mean you're not right here. So anyway, it's going to be just a short one here right now. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to take us out with a little more Tom McDonald. Why not stick with it? You know, I did the Billy Madison thing earlier. I'm still going to try and put that clip together. If anybody wants to give me some information on it, all I need to do is just take a clip of one face and put it on another face on a video. I downloaded the program, Filmora, but I don't know how to use it. I mean, I'll build you whatever, but I can't take one face and put it on another face. Anyway, I want to do that with that clip because I think it's short enough that I can use it with fair use, especially if I alter it a little bit, and then I can use that because I love that clip. I might even just play it again right now before we go out, just because this has just been one of the funniest things I've ever. I mean, of all time. Billy Madison was just great. So let me make sure I've got my speakers off. I don't want to give you guys a whole blast of feedback. Let's get a little. We'll just play it. Let's play the audio because it's funny as hell, and you guys have all seen the movie. Let's go. All right, play that funky music.
Oh my God, old man Clemens hates shit. Here he comes.
What the hell is it? What do you want? Judas Priest Barber is one of those flaming bags again.
Don't put it out with your boots, Tad.
Don't
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Call the fire department. This one's out of control.
Can you guys see this with Joe Biden's face on that guy?
Poop again.
He called the shit poop.
This is the best night of my life.
I'll get you damn kids for this. You're all gonna die.
Oh, I love it. I don't know. Maybe I'm childish. Childish. Who was it who said that? Was it a Key and Peele sketch? I don't know. Childish. Anyway, there's something for you. And hey, there's, the late, great Norm Macdonald. I can't believe he's gone. Rest in peace, Norm. Thank you for all the laughs over the years. My God, were you a funny son of a bitch. I mean, you're hard-pressed to find anybody that was funnier than Norm Macdonald. And he was fearless, too. He didn't care. He didn't care. He got fired from SNL. Towards the end, he got big and fat. And, the crazy thing was that I don't think Norm really drank. He had a real bad gambling problem. I think he smoked for a while. I think he quit that. But he's just one of them dudes. Just had that. He had that it factor, I guess, when it comes to comedy and shit. So anyway, on that note, I'll end it like I always do. Be good or be good at it. In all things, be kind and do no harm. I hope your all's week is getting off to a great start. I hope you spent time with family for Jesus Day yesterday. As you all know, I don't. That's just not my thing. If it's yours, that's awesome. Hope anybody that celebrated that yesterday, I hope y'all had a great day, relaxing time. Had some good food. Ham. Why is Easter all about ham? I don't know. Sound off. Let me know what you had to eat yesterday. I'm curious. I'd be interested to know. I know in my family it was always ham, and then sometimes Christmas was ham. Is it because it's cheap? Is it because it's? What's the deal? And it's always gristly and shit, and then they serve it with the kitty mustard. I hate kitty mustard. I know I've gone off on this before, but that yellow French's mustard. I'm sorry. Yellow mustard has no place in my home, in my refrigerator, or on my plate. You put that shit on something I'm eating, and I'm out. I like a good Dijon. I like a good a horseradish mustard, like Sierra Nevada. They make a real good mustard. There's the one with the beaver on it. Beaver mustard. I like that beaver mustard. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. I'm out. I'll see you guys tonight. We'll probably be going on around 10, 11 o'clock. Depends on when Ricardo gets here. And we'll do it again, and maybe we'll get into some more of the things I was bringing up. But, you know, if you're bored today, check out what I was talking about. You might be intrigued. Maybe you won't. I don't know. It's up to you. All right. Peace.
I wish I wasn't fat.
I wish I wasn't gay.
I wish I wasn't black.
I wish that I was brave.
I wish with every candle on the cake that I could quit doing these drugs, but I can't and I'm afraid.
I wish that I was smart.
I wish that I was rich.
I wish it wasn't hard for me to grow up and forgive.
I wish that I could help. I wish I wasn't sick.
I wish I was Tom McDonald. I'd be just like him.
I wish I wasn't sober. I miss it when the party wasn't over. Happiness was right around the corner. Every single night was like the best one of our lives. Now we're older. The good old days are out of reach. I wish that they were closer. I wish I wasn't anxious, and I wish I could fast forward. And I wish that I could rewind, but they don't make that controller. I wish the nights were longer, and I wish the days were shorter. And I wish that I could sleep enough to maintain my composure. I feel crazy. I wish that I was normal. I wish that I could kill myself, but also be immortal. Take me to the oracle. I heard that time is borrowed. Can you give me back my yesterdays? I'll give you my tomorrows. Forget all of my morals and just live like I cannot remember sorrow. Before all of the tattoos and the cornrows, I was different, I was happy, I was calmer, I was young and full of hormones. Now I'm wishing for a time machine, I'd step into that portal and be gone. I wish on shooting stars, or were they satellites? Maybe they were too far. Hey, ooh, nah, nah. I must have blown apart a million dandelions. Now they don't grow in my yard. Hey, ooh, nah, nah. I wish I didn't care about the day that I'd be buried. Used to live like I was ready for it, always in a hurry. Now I'm worried, all my memories are blurry. I'm just barely turning 30, and the voices in my head are trying to hurt me. The choices that I made make me feel dirty. I was 25 or 13, I was smoking with the seniors, drinking beer and getting flirty. Now the Ativan ain't working, I need something even stronger. Give me childhood, my mother and my father and my sister, and a Christmas to make up for all the recent ones I'm missing while I'm touring the country for a living. Give me a hug and a Nintendo and a toy box in the closet. Give me everything I wish I had. Oh wait, I think I got it. I'm a rapper like I always promised them I would accomplish. This is awesome, man. I wish I had a friend to tell. I'd call him, man. I wonder if I jump from here, if I'd survive the bottom, and would everyone believe me if I told them I had fallen? I'ma jump. I wish on shooting stars, or were they satellites? Maybe they were too far. Hey, ooh, nah, nah. I must have blown apart a million dandelions. Now they don't grow in my yard. Hey, ooh, nah, nah. I wish we were kids again, before everything was on Instagram. Ayo, things were so simple then. Me, my tree fort, all of my friends. Way back when on Beaver Drive, when the floor was lava, I could fly. Ayo, wished I was big like then. Never thought I'd wanna be a kid again.